Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We have something a little bit special for you today. It's a bit of a throwback, it's a bit of a classic, as it were. I'm playing Baltic Motorized, and this is going to be a dedicated KT and, I guess, support rush, Terra Musties as well, for that HEAT, heat, round firepower. And I'm pushing through to Elena. My ally on the left is Hind, who's going to be going up to Cheriton and also supporting toward Leonid as well. And then on the right we have Jam 9. Now, a fair number of the players in this game were reasonably newer. It was a bit of a mix of skill as well. So I think Jam 9 was newer on our team, and then I think either Gulag or Gabriel was newer on the opponent's team. So this is something that you used to see a lot before the KT nerf. The additional 5-point cost on these guys did really impact it a lot. Of course, it's still reasonably viable at times, depending on the map. But here's the other plot twist. This is Destruction, and I hate Destruction. It's not my favorite game type at all, so I have no intention of playing it like a Destruction game. Now, Hind here with KA-52s and that MI-24V gets off to a strong start. These Lynx AH-7s were actually carrying SAS, as it turns out, so that was a pretty valuable kill. You can see 130 points right off the bat for Hind there. And he's coming back to retreat. Gornostrelki up and forward, and this is pretty nice. So we have Gulag Express starting to cross the bridge, and the Gornostrelki 90 should be able to get reasonable fire on that. I mean, it's not amazing because these guys aren't amazing, but 55% accuracy, 26% firepower, and of course, AP power, and that should be reasonably good. Salamandra also did get a couple shots off, but seeing the automatic and the LVKV90s and all that, I am just retreating. And meanwhile, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what everyone wanted to see out of a KT rush. We're just going. We're right on the highway, going up through Leonid. Ito 90's getting a little bit confused. I sent him fast moved like right here, and apparently it's easier to go up this way, I guess. It's a little weird. In the meantime, Erekoziekri are spotting in Elena just in case I do get pushed through. Sokol as well, moving up to the left, trying to fend stuff off there, and the Salamandra doing his best to stay out of the way of those guns. Oslov 25 is going to be spotted and taken out by some more Gornostrelki 90 from Hind, who really did allow me to have the best conditions for success here, so many thanks to my teammate for that. And now we have the KTs opening fire as well, and Oslov goes down, Stormer spotted, and this can be an issue if he gets those missiles online. The Star Streaks are pretty insane as far as performance. Ito 90 gets a little bit crazy, as I said, I had to pull him back, but these other KTs, the Musties, all of this stuff going forward, Kartnyakri already unloaded. I was debating leaving them back here, but upon not really finding a ton of good resistance on this side, I figured we'll send them forward. At the very least, they're not going to die in their transports. Erekoziekri are popping out as well, and we get some pretty nice kills. So Fusiliers getting stunned, Commandos taking a little bit of a beating, and a Challenger Marksman retreating away from a couple of Musties, who admittedly are distracted with Commandos 90. But a couple of Pions, two of them, T-55M Pion PSVs, moving forward. These are, of course, the Baltic Recon tanks. They're very nice, and the Challenger 1 Mark III gets absolutely smacked by KTs and Musties. So I was trying to see if I could move the KTs up and get some sort of side angle shot fire on these guys. Turns out, not really. Of course, the Musties, this is why I bring them, they have reliable damage. It's not high, but even against the armor on a Challenger 1 Mark III, they still can get shots in. And my KTs are getting taken out. But Kartnyakri are in the woods, more Kartnyakri in the woods, more Musties supporting here, locked line of sight from those big heavy tanks. And I'm also securing a town on this side. Doing it with this many Yakri isn't that useful. I needed something like ATGM teams or things like that. But we clear the woods reasonably well. Down goes the Stormer. Musty is shooting in and killing the Saxon. I would have liked fire on the SBS first, I think, but this was the easier target. And here are 2 Challenger 1 Mark IIIs. This one down to 1 point of strength, taken out by a lowly 15-point Musty transport. So you gotta love it indeed. And in the meantime, we've done reasonably well here. Spike team getting a couple shots off, no big push from the Blue 4 player on that side, as he's probably just trying to get back and stay alive. And you can see the Challenger 1 Mark III is retreating as well. Kartnyakri clearing out SBS. I was a little bit worried about bombers at this point, just because if we take a look back, I have the Ito 90. That's not enough to protect against bombing runs, realistically. Terra Musty does get a kill on an LVKV, but that's going to be the end of his luck, as we do have an STRV 121 there. That's, I mean, very, very unhappy. I also probably could have gotten away with not getting that kill because there's a MiG. Only if she'd circled again, the Nasams in the back did turn on his gun there at the last second. So we are up 885 points to 220, and even if this was Conquest, this would be a pretty nice game so far, pushing all the way back through to Michael. MBT 70s from Gabriel on that side, and our opponents are trying to get set up a little bit, but Gulag Express leaves. I think he was the one over on the left, or the right, not really sure. But it was 1011017 who was the Blue 4 player that was matched up with me and Michael. Pion shooting in against Challenger Marksman, that's going to be 9 points of damage off the first shot, and we might be able to get the second. Not the best, I mean, it's not slow, but 8 rounds a minute could be better. We get a fire off the Pion, and we do get that 70-point kill. Bradley's MBTs, this was starting to look a little bit scary, and my Pion actually got smacked by both Chalet Lag missiles right in a row, which that never happens, but of course happens to my Pion. And so I am retreating him back and out of the way. At this point, I was calling in some ATGM teams and things like that should be coming in, oh yeah, from the right-hand side right here, trying to get fire on those warriors, but that's going to be the team surrender, and there you go. 955 points, 220, and, well, whoever said that destruction needed to be a boring, long-ass grind? Okay, 565 to 175 for me, and then a strong showing from Hind as well, 390 to 45, while Jam 9 and Gabriel had the usual stare-down that you see in some of the longer destruction games. 0 points in kills for both, and then 70 points in losses from Gabriel, and my star players were probably the KTs and the Musties, because, I mean, Terra Musty getting kill on Highlanders 90, that's very nice. Kartniaki did pretty well Stormers, and then I'm looking for that, yes, Challenger 1, Mark 3 kill off the XA180 Musty. Just, yeah, okay, I'm happy, man. Not a ton of units that got like a whole page of kills, but the whole group working together does some wonderful things. Alright guys, well that's all we've got for you guys today. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.